All right, let's jump right in. We're all getting pretty used to AIs that know a little bit about, well, everything. But what happens when you need it to be a real expert on one specific thing? That's what we're going to get into today. The big shift from general purpose AI to true specialized expertise. You know the feeling, right? You ask your AI a really specific question, and the answer you get back is fine. It's technically correct, but it's kind of hollow. It feels generic. You were looking for a specialist, but what you got was a generalist. This is one of the biggest frustrations with AI right now, and it's exactly what we're going to unpack. So let's talk about the limits of general AI. Why is it that these incredibly powerful tools can sometimes give us answers that just feel, well, thin? The moment you push them for real deep knowledge, they can start to fall short. And it all comes down to how they were built in the first place. Just think about it for a second. These AIs are designed to be useful to literally everyone. And to do that, they're trained on a just massive, almost unimaginable amount of general information from all over the internet. So they start with this foundation that is incredibly wide. But that width comes at a price. And that price is depth. And this right here lays out the trade-off perfectly. On one side, you've got general AI. It's pretty decent at a lot of things because its training is so broad. But on the other side, you have specialized AI, which is laser-focused. It's incredibly sharp in one area because its knowledge is so concentrated. It's kind of like the difference between knowing a random fact for trivia night and truly understanding an entire subject. And oh boy, does that gap show up fast. The second you ask for real expertise, the answers just start to thin out. It's like asking your family doctor to perform complex brain surgery. I mean, sure, they know what a brain is, but you really want the neurosurgeon who spent their entire career focused on just that one thing. So the big question is, how do we bridge that gap? How do we go from the generalist to a true specialist? Well, it takes a bit of a mental shift in how we think about AI. We have to move away from this idea of a single model that knows everything, and instead focus on building systems that have genuine, verifiable expertise in very specific areas. So what exactly is real expertise in this context? It's not just about having more data, it's about having focused knowledge. And the most important part, the absolute game changer, is that last little bit. Shaped and refined over time by verified human input. That human element, that's the secret sauce. The path to creating that expertise is actually pretty clear. You start with raw knowledge data. All the specialized information that's locked away inside an organization or a field of study. Then you use that data to shape a big foundational AI model, and you transform it from a generalist into the final product, a specialized AI that genuinely understands its domain. Okay, so we've covered the what and the why, but now for the fun part, the how. How do you actually build a domain-specific AI? This isn't something you just guess at. You need a clear, actionable framework to guide you. And this is where a methodology like the Codatta Framework comes in. It provides the how-to. Think of it as a practical, step-by-step recipe for turning all that raw, human-verified knowledge we just talked about into an expert system you can actually rely on. It's the engine that drives the whole transformation. And here are the 4 core steps of that recipe. First, you've got fine-tuning, which basically sharpens the model and teaches it the specific lingo of your field. Second is RAG, that's short for Retrieval Augmented Generation, and it grounds the AI, making sure its answers are based on your verified data. Third, prompting. This is how you guide its behavior and teach it how to respond. And finally, evaluation, which is just good old-fashioned quality control to keep the output in check. But here's the thing. None of those 4 steps can work on their own in a vacuum. And that's what this quote gets at. It's the real heart of the whole thing. All of it tied to verified human input. Every single step is connected to real people with real knowledge providing real validation. That's the thread that ties it all together and makes the final AI accurate and reliable. So, what does all of this mean for you? It means you can go from being just a passive consumer of general AI to being an active builder of specialized intelligence. It's about taking ownership. And the result is a world away from those thin answers we started with. When you follow a process like this, you create an AI that doesn't just recite facts. It actually understands context. It can reason within its domain. It truly knows what it's talking about because you were the one who taught it. And this is the big takeaway here. The future of AI isn't just going to be built by a few giant tech companies. It's going to be built by domain experts in every single field, in medicine, in law, engineering, art, you name it. If you own the knowledge, you are essential. You become a co-creator in what these intelligent systems are going to become. So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. In your field, in your company, with your own unique expertise, what specialized intelligence is just waiting to be built? If you're the one who owns the knowledge, what will you teach your AI to become?